Okay, so preference-based reciprocity. A third possible mechanism for the future interaction effect is preference-based reciprocity. Dallenbach and Kirschenblatt develop a psychological game theory model of a sequential reciprocity where an individual treats kindly, unkindly those who have treated will treat her kindly, unkindly. Reinforced reciprocity, the decision maker increases her allocation between non-anonymity and anonymity only when given is efficient, anticipating that with some probability assumed to be decreasing in social distance, the partner may act to benefit the decision maker. Under preference-based reciprocity, however, the partner's desire to return the decision maker's favor is intrinsic rather than designed to preserve the relationship with the decision maker or common friends. Therefore, unlike the enforced reciprocity model, preference based reciprocity would not predict that the network flow measure independently correlates with increased generosity after having control for the frequency of the future interaction via social distance. Figure 2 presents the major features of our experimental design. In order to recruit more subject and map a larger social network, all communication with subject was conducted by email, and all choices were submitted on a website rather than in a lab that subject could access with a password through their own web browsers. We conducted two waves of the experiment. In each wave, we first used a novel task to elect the social network truthfully. We then had subject play a location game with the other subject in the network. In wave 1, we used modified dictator games with varying exchange rates, and in wave 2, we used a new helping game. In both ways, the decision maker first decided on a location between themselves and other nameless partners, and then decided on a location, and when a few days later made several allocations between themselves and named partners, identified by a real first and last name at various social distances. For both the waves, a single decision was randomly selected for payment, and all players were informed of their earnings by email. We conducted two major information treatments using a within subject design in wave 1 and a between subject design in wave 2. In these treatments, we varied how information was revealed to both parties at the end of the experiment. In the anonymous treatment, each subject was merely informed of their total payoff for experiment. Neither decision makers nor partners found which particular decision was implemented. In the non-anonymous treatment, both the decision maker and partner were told both the total payoff and which decision was implemented. Okay, so okay, and no, okay. We include the decision maker anonymous decision x like x and p as a coverage because our enforced reciprocity model predicts deviations from the anonymous benchmark. The model also predicts that enforced reciprocity and altruism are substitutes, since the decision maker will give the largest enforceable favor when given is efficient, and the partner will return some of the surplus of the decision maker's marginal utility from giving an additional altruistic gift is smaller compared to the anonymous case. The partner is now richer than an anonymous case. We considered two proxies for the value of the relationship V and P. First, we expect that the relationship value decreases with the social distance because the decision maker is less likely to interact with the social distance partner in the future. Second, the enforced reciprocity model suggests maximum network flow as an alternative measure. The maximum flow counts the number of distinct paths between decision maker and a partner. See Figure 1. Network flow captures structural features of the social network that are not captured by social distance alone. For example, having more friends in common increases network flow, while social distance is unchanged. Network flow formalizes a common institution in psychology literature, in sociology literature that dense networks strength trust by facilitating informal arrangements. In Karlan Mobius Chazelle enforced reciprocity model, each common friend increases the social collateral between the decision maker and the partner. The decision maker is able to extract prepayments for larger favors, since if the partner defaults, he will lose the relationship with all the common friends as well as the decision maker. Throughout, we calculate network flow by only including links that are at most distance k equal to away from the decision maker.